I'm here with Joschka Fischer, the former foreign minister of Germany, also a longtime leader of the Green Party. Thank you very much for joining us. Even before you became a politician, you were also, of course, active in many protest social movements. What kind of advice would you give to social groups, movements, protests that have engaged against right-wing populism in the U.S. and in Europe?
Right-wing social movements are very well prepared. They learned a lot from the left-wing countercultures of the 70s. It's a copy. And I think the liberal forces have to organize themselves. All who are in favor of human rights, of the rights of minorities, of democracy, of independent judiciary, of the very basics of our democratic civilization, they have to organize themselves.
You have also spoken since the election about the need for Germany and Europe actually to step up some of its military contributions. Do you think we will see, or should we see, a somewhat more militarily involved Germany?
It's not only about military intervention. I don't believe that we can create positive results with a military intervention in the Middle East, for example. Mm-hmm. America has proven that it didn't work. Mm-hmm. You cannot end the conflicts there and create a new order from the outside, from mostly Christian countries.
So when you speak of stepping up sort of military contributions for NATO, is that in what sense?
Commitments. Okay. Our government signed commitments to NATO. And I think NATO is a common defense organization. So it depends at the end on the commitments of the member states. And there we have a deficit, and this deficit, I think, must be closed.
Okay, and finally, you have spoken as well about the need for possibly a rapprochement with China. Is that something you see as temporary, perhaps for the next 4 or 8 years, that will pick up, or is there a more fundamental shift?
What we see is a real threat for the global liberal economic order, which is based on free trade since decades, since the end of the Second World War. And unfortunately, I deeply regret that, but the Trump government seems to be, allow me to say that, hostile to free trade. And Asia and Europe, and at the top Germany and Europe, we depend on free trade. Our economic structure is based on that. And the relationship between China and Germany, for example, or between Brussels and Beijing was not bad. It does not really need a rapprochement. We will see more intensive relationship, unfortunately based on new policies which is emerging from Washington, D.C.